Good afternoon everyone, I'm Gary Martin and today I'm joined by one of my friends Lee, who's quite a new golfer, aren't you Lee?
Yes.
And some of you might remember Lee actually, he was in like one of my first ever videos. I actually think it was my second video. We did a video on course etiquette and rules, and it were actually, I remember it at the time, it's probably one of the biggest videos that I've ever done as far as it's got the most views. And we had a bit of a laugh doing that, didn't we? Quite fun at the time.
We did.
Because Lee didn't know anything about sort of rules and etiquette at that stage. And I'm still starting to wonder if he's remembered any of them, to be honest. But
I know even less now.
I've come for a game with him because he's seriously considering packing game in, aren't you?
Yes.
I mean, he's been asking me on these few opening holes how much I think his set's worth. He's really at the stage of packing the game in, and I think he's probably seen a bit of what Tahid's done, and it's a bit disheartening for him, isn't it? You know, like, you kind of, you know, you're hoping to progress at that kind of rate.
Yeah.
But it's not the same for everyone. So I've come for a game of Lee today, and my goal on this next hole, which we're going to film, is to get him to view it and play the hole as a new golfer. Because what I've seen so far is he's visualising it like a scratch golfer. And we've just had a conversation because you're a really good snooker player, aren't you?
Yeah.
And a pool player. He's a really good snooker and pool player. And I'm trying to explain to him, when I play pool against him, I don't try and play the shots he's trying to play. I've got my own game for my ability. And I think that's what we need to teach you at golf, is to play within yourself. Play the kind of shots that your high percentage shots. And that's what we're going to do on the next hole. We're going to see if we get Lee to par this and agree not to sell his golf clubs.
Right.
So just while we're waiting for Lee, just putting out on the last hole there, we're going to have a look at what he's got in the bag, because I got him originally set up, and the setup we got him was, we got him a driver for teeing off, and we got him sort of a 6-iron down to a sand wedge in the G400 irons. Now, what I would say about these, because a lot of you won't know about this if you're newer golfers, or it might be you're newer golfers and you're looking to buy your second set. You don't see these often on the shelf in pro shops, or you don't see them advertised, but they're still available from Ping. And they're an absolute fantastic iron for sort of people who's wanting help, you know, game improvement clubs and anybody that wants maximum forgiveness at a reduced cost. So, you know, if we were to sort of look at your latest Ping irons, your G425s, I think you'd be looking at approximately, you know, in the UK, around about sort of £900 for a 7-iron set, whereas a 7-iron set in steel, G400s, around about sort of 479. So they're a lot more affordable, and the custom fittable as well. So, you know, as far as lie, shaft length, shaft flex and grip thickness. So, you know, if you were a taller person and you want some sort of stiffer shafts and bigger grip, you know, they're very, very fittable. And, you know, vice versa, if you're someone who's a bit shorter, you might need flatter lies, they're very custom fittable. Now also, in the woods, you know, a 2020 driver might cost in region of $399, $499, and you can get the G400 series for $249, brand new as well, you know, custom fitted, or, you know, ordered motor spec. So it is one to be aware of, guys, if you're in the UK. I'm not sure about America. It's something you might have to ask in your pro shops, and obviously worldwide you might have to ask your pros, but I know that Ping still supply these to retailers at reduced cost, so there's something to bear in mind if you're on your second set, or maybe if you want to treat yourself to a nice first set. But we got Lee set up with these, but since then, obviously we've been playing a lot of golf with his friends, and I know what him and his friends are like. You know, his friends especially, they chop and change clubs quite a lot, and I know that, you know, when they've been selling something, Lee will have been thinking, well, I ain't got that in my bag, so I'll get that in my bag. So he's added quite a lot in here since I've last seen him. He's got a Sim Freewood, or a Sim Max Freewood. He's got a 19-degree hybrid, you know. He's got some really low percentage, what I would call low percentage shot clubs, you know, things that are very difficult to use for newer golfers. He's got a lob wedge, a bladed lob wedge. I think these are really hindering him, you know, I really think there's hindering him. From what I've seen today of Lee, his best club in the bag is his 7-iron. But because he's now got these longer clubs in his bag, he's sort of looking at shots at 200 yards, and he's getting drawn into using the Freewood and the hybrid, and he's putting too much pressure on himself. And I think the amount of miss-hits he's getting, it's making him lose confidence in the game. And, you know, like I said, he's ready for packing in. So what I want to do is try and get him playing with a smaller selection of clubs, and clubs that are a higher percentage shot. Let's get him playing proper golf again. So we've got John on the tee, who's one of Lee's friends, who he's met through snooker and boozing. Yeah. Well, it's straight out middle. So you got that one to follow, Lee?
No problem. If any viewers are interested in buying me clubs, see Gary. Yep.
It's all right. Don't worry about it. Do you want it a provisional?
Yeah, I think I better.
I think that, you know, the key is we don't hide anything on this channel. It's all relatable, Lee. You know, there's a lot of people like you out there that's probably started golf and thinking of packing it in themselves, and this is just golf. You know, you're going to have some bad shots.
Tell them to take snooker up.
Unlucky. Shall we take a hit and try and find your first one?
Yeah. Can I just say I've just parked last 2 holes?
Yeah, I know. It's just what. Have you actually put? You did. You get up and down.
I parked 7th.
Yeah.
And I won over on the last one.
I mean, to be fair, like, you know, obviously, over these opening holes, we're actually on the 9th hole here. I have tried to coach him into playing the game a little bit differently, and it has helped. He has gone par bogey.
I'll play it from here.
But I think the camera, you know, I think that's probably playing a little bit of a part to it, isn't it?
Yeah.
So what club have you got here?
7-iron.
He's got his trusty 7-iron. So he's going to play his provisional down, just in case he can't find his first one. That's better. Well done. He's back up onto the fairway. Well done. Let's see if we can get that first one. John, how much golf have you played with Lee?
Oh, all the last few months we've only had about 4 games.
Yeah. And what would you say, being his friend, like what would you say is his weakness?
I think he rushes them.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I think he rushes.
I mean,
instead of just taking his time and playing it, I just think he rushes something. Well, he's older. But
I think a lot of it, I mean, I agree with that as far as you don't think about his club selection enough. You know, he thinks about the distance of the shot and he picks a club for the distance of the shot rather than thinking about what he's actually capable of doing and what's the right way of playing it. Like, for example, he's been playing his 56 degree from sort of 60, 70 yards when he's had nothing to go over, and John's got a little chipper in bag. You're like a magician with it, aren't you?
well, I love it.
Yeah, so John's kind of found a way to play from that distance to get his scores better. And I think that's what Lee's got one of these chippers in bag, but it's just collecting dust them, isn't it? So we've got him using that a little bit today as well. You know, bear this in mind, guys. If you're struggling from that kind of range, don't try and play to perfection. Try and find a club that you can play, something a bit more simple, whether it's a chipper or a 7-iron. Here you are, Lee. It's in here. It's
150 yards.
Yeah, you're not going to be able to aim for green, but the dream's still alive. What, you got 7?
7.
So just have a look at these overhanging trees and make sure that you're picking a line that's, you know, you're not going to hit this overhanging tree in front of you.
Right.
See, what I'd do personally, I'd use a 5-iron and try and run it in.
Yeah, so you're already thinking about them overhanging branches, aren't they? That had gone through, not even come in Lee's head, that.
Right, we'll go with John, but he's my adversary, so
don't try and hit a full 5-iron, just a nice easy 7-iron swing. Lovely, lovely, that's fantastic. I mean, that's probably just saved him 2 shots, hasn't it?
I wasn't tempted to get it all trees, do you?
No.
cheers, John.
All right, mate.
This is better.
That's a tenner.
So I'll pick this
So that's a lesson in itself, Lee. You know, when you've got these trees and they're overhanging.
We pick provisional up.
Well,
Oh, it's there.
He's off. I'll let him get his provisional. So just bearing in mind what John's just said there, there's a little tip for this one, guys. If you're under these overhanging trees and you're not sure what iron to hit, if you get your club out and you get your club face and you stand on the club face. You might have seen this in some of my other videos. It gives you an idea of what launch angle the ball's going to come off at. Have you ever seen that before, John?
No.
No, so that's a good one for you guys. If you're hitting underneath trees, stand on the face. If we get you a 50 degree out and stand on that one, can you see the difference there? So it's going to give you an idea of what angle the club, you know, the ball's going to come off at. So stick that one in your memory bank.
Oh, we'll be using that.
And it'll help you when you're sort of playing out from underneath trees. We're going to record John hitting this actually, because every time camera's been off, he's absolutely nailed it. Oh, he's played one.
Kit that.
Look at that. Oh, is it going in? Oh!
See, this is what I'm up against, guys. This is where I'm thinking about packing it in.
What are you playing off, John? Play casually.
You always have these. Well, Lee's only just started with. There's 5 or 6 of us. A couple might get 9 shots.
Yeah.
Apart from playing with no game, I want par 3s, but
yeah.
just play off a.
Have you been giving Lee any shots?
Yeah.
How many have you been giving him?
Shots and all, apart from par 3s.
All right, cool. I'll tell you what, that's close to yours, that. That could be in.
Yeah, miles.
Is it? Is it a bit short? I'm not wearing my glasses today, guys. So this is Lee. He's here for 2 now.
I think it's a bit too far for chipper.
It's not. It's honestly not that chipper. Once it lands, it's going to roll.
Right.
At least sort of at half the way, or maybe just a bit less than half. Unlucky. Now you might think that were a bad shot, guys, but you haven't seen his bad shots, have you? Honestly. He's from there with his 56 degree, he could have been in the bunker right or left or 50 yards through green. So I know, Lee, you're not happy with that. I know you're not happy with that, but you're in play.
Yeah.
It's not a good shot, but you've not chucked your card away.
It's just getting used to that chipper. If you don't use it that often, it's getting used to it.
Well, that's it. It's new to him today, isn't it?
You want that marking?
No.
So have a little bit of a practice swing, Lee, and that's it. That's it, well done. So a good miss hit and it's pin high. And that's the thing. That's the thing, guys, with these sort of clubs, because you're very self-conscious of speed, because you use it like a putting stroke, you're controlling the speed of the club. When you catch it wrong, you don't get a bad miss it, 'cause it's not a full swing, the swing's under control. So I think this is perfect for Lee. So this is Lee putting for a bogey. This is what we were hoping for. Steady, steady, tap it in. A 6 is not a disaster, Lee. And that's the key to breaking 100. We've just done this with Tahid. It's keeping the score going. 6 is not a disaster. So we were going to just make it 1-0, but I think we're going to stay again and stay with Lee for another hole actually. Because I really want him to cement this, this strategy and way of playing into his game. You're playing, is it Celtic Manor?
Yes.
Playing Celtic Manor a couple of weeks, which you booked. When did you book that?
I'm right about 6 months ago.
6 months ago. And you were a member of a club then, weren't you? You're playing a lot of golf.
Yeah.
And obviously he's getting a bit worried now that it's coming up and you know, but I think we'll get him back on track. I think we'll get him back on track with this little bit of coaching. 'Cause it's easy to, you know, after a few months of playing golf, you start to get drawn into, you know, playing your friend's game. And you did say that, didn't you? You've been playing with some long hitters.
Yeah. You try and keep up with them.
Trying to keep up with them.
Or try and play their game.
Yeah.
Like you say.
And
Snooker.
I keep relating it back to me, you know, playing pool. I'm not a great pool player. I play my own game and I can quite often beat some of the better players by doing that. So John made a 4. So it's his honour. When you're ready. Yeah. It looked a solid hit, sounded good.
Just right, Just at the side of that bunker, I think.
This is the way that does want to be on top side.
How was that?
Not bad, near them trees.
Let's go nice shot in.
Near the trees on the left hand side.
So Lee, we're just sort of saying in his own defence, you've had it a bit rough, haven't you, really?
I have. I just started playing and COVID attacked. So then it went into lockdown, wasn't playing. Just got a member of Rotherham Valley, playing with regulars, playing twice a week, getting my confidence up, and then I got tennis elbow. So I haven't played for 6 or 7 weeks.
And you've just knocked a really good point in there. Continuity of playing. You've just said you're playing with members twice a week and his confidence were getting up.
Yeah.
And that is just golf, isn't it?
Any sport.
Any sport. You know, you've got to have that continuity of playing. I said this to a lot of my new golfers. You know, have a set day for golf, whether it's a Sunday morning, whether it's a Monday night, where you do something with continuity every week. You can't play this game sporadic.
No.
You just can't. And I've seen this with myself as a pro golfer. I remember when I used to play Sunday morning, all weather, all conditions, and I could strike a ball fantastic. And now I'm just struggling my game. I'm too sporadic. I don't have enough continuity with playing golf, and it does affect you. So Lee's got 125 here on a par 4 into the green. This is one you can actually go for now. It's in range with a 7-iron or less. Unlucky, a little bit heavy.
Yep. Always remember to put your divots back.
Divots back, yeah.
Top side.
Got the chipper out, which is a high percentage shot. He don't get it right every time, but his miss hits are a lot better with it. This is great. Wow. This is the second time he's played this fantastically today. There's no way that you were hitting that shot with your 56.
No.
No way. I know you've had a few misses with your chipper, but they've not been bad. But when you do get it right, they're incredible. You've now got a putt for a par. We've got John here. He's very good with this chipper. Look at that.
Got it, John.
But John's been using it a long time. I'm just going to go and ask John actually how long he's actually been using that chipper, because his success rate with that chipper is fantastic. You'd think he were using a putter, and he uses it from sort of 50 yards.
Out, mate, take it out. Come on.
Oh! He's made a par.
Yeah.
And that's just from playing more sensibly.
No pressure.
Well done.
Snipped him back door.
Just a quick one, John. How long have you been using that chipper?
Years.
Years.
How long do we have to?
Honestly, and what made you buy one of them? You can't, no. Because I was just saying to them on camera, you know, you're absolutely brilliant with that. It's just as good as a putter. Yeah. So I think if Lee persists with this chipper, as you know, as long as John has, it'll really solve his problems from inside 50 yards. And you know, he is going to have some coaching and some lessons to try and improve his short game for going over things. But you've got to play within yourself and play what you've got on the day, you know, to make the most of what you've got. You can't learn how to use a 60 degree or a 56 degree while you're playing golf, because it just disheartens you. So, I mean, that's just a great example how Lee, you know, a newer golfer who has to manage a slice and has to manage, you know, avoiding some of the clubs in his bag because the too low percentage shots, can make a par from just playing a bit more sensible. He didn't have that in him, did he, over the first few holes?
No.
I mean, you were honestly ready for packing it in, weren't you?
3 times.
I'm surprised we've even got this far. What are we on? Hole 11?
11.
So, we're going to leave it at that today, guys. I hope that you newer golfers can take something from that. You know, it's course management, it's playing from, you know, within yourself and what your own ability, visualising it within your ability to make the most of what you've got. I hope you take something from that, and we'll see you guys in a few days' time. Bye.